Come on, let's see. Mic test, mic test. Morning, guys. So we are doing another quick microphone test at Sky Harbor International Airport. So let's see if I have any echo, and if I do, I'm going to shut it off and then we're going to go live. So let's double check. It is November 20th. Yeah, I'm having issues. I'll figure it out before Wednesday. And if I don't figure out before Wednesday, I'm going to be the lone person there. Alright guys, so let's take a look at what we have. Looks like over in this general area we have a PSA Airlines livery that is just chilling here. Man, I'm bummed out. I couldn't figure this out. We're gonna get some departures this morning. Hopefully none of you are affected by the crazy snowstorms that have been hitting the North Coast. And even if you do live in the North Coast, hopefully you guys are staying safe with your families. So a little bit about me. My name is Slaven. People call me Slav. I run this plane spotting community called Fly Phoenix Sky Harbor. We're going to get some departures. And we're going to just chill for like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and watch some aviation action. So thank you all for joining in, whoever it is. It's kind of a nice and warm day in the Valley of the Sun. Makes it fun though. And let's see, looks like we have our first departure. It's an American Airlines Boeing 737. So a little bit about our airport. We really don't get that much large scale action such as wide bodies. We're primarily served by smaller planes like Boeing 737s, Airbuses, and occasionally we will get a wide body like either a hey Trevor, either a charter flight. We do get a British Airways A350, but I just heard news that they're going to actually remove that again, and we're going to be served by a 777-300. So I figured I'd come live for a little bit. We can hang out, watch some planes, just chill. I was trying to set up the 2 microphone setup, but I don't know. When it comes to live streaming, I'm very challenged when it comes to all of the shenanigans. So our next plane that is departing is a Sun Country Airlines Boeing 737-800 series. It's headed to Minneapolis. So I figured I'd be live for a little bit. I went live yesterday, but I wasn't feeling myself. Also, I came this morning and all of my stuff was not properly charged. Oh, look. Landing and takeoff action at the same time. sun is, I don't know, I did something with my tripod a few streams ago and kind of screwed it up. I don't want to spend another like $400 on a tripod, or, well, that's actually cheap. Tripods are typically like over $1,000 and they add up in price. Everything in the creative industry is expensive. So welcome everybody, happy Sunday. I should probably tighten the camera so it doesn't fall out. And as you can see, gonna kind of be a busy morning here. These are typically all of our departures that are taxiing in. Gotta double check, make sure everything works well. AJ Beck. So it's gonna be kind of an active morning. I say we're going to be live till like noon, just to see how everything goes. And welcome everybody. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome to our little community we're building here. We're going to keep building it up and see what happens as we wait for some more of this action. The plane that we are looking at on the departure path, apparently it's not updating because it's an American Airlines A321 headed to Miami, followed by there's going to be an American Airlines 737 headed to San Antonio. So it looks like our Miami flight is starting to move. Never been to Miami. Special thanks to Todd for contributing to our parking fund yesterday. You are the best, my friend. And the easiest way you can support the channel is just clicking like. Helps the algorithm find us. And they're off to Miami. Woo. And here comes our 737 that's headed to San Antonio. So let's take a look at it. Man, I'm bummed out. I thought we figured out the 2 microphone thing. Problem is I have nobody to test it with. That's the thing. Like, it's annoying because I have to do everything myself. Backlit right there. And you can tell it's going to be a pretty heavy American departure. They have a little holding area, and I can actually see at least 6 planes waiting for their gates to open. The airport is kind of dead. We're kind of in that area between Thanksgiving, which is the busiest week of travel, and now, and just kind of seems like bleh. perfect. So let's take a look at some of the taxiing action. We have a Southwest and what looks like an American Airlines flight taxiing. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you, my friend. Like I say, guys, literally I don't ask for much. I don't want to make this into like a full business. All I care about is if you guys are enjoying it. I do get some funding through the advertisement, but anything extra does help keep the show going. So appreciate you guys. I just like showing you guys planes. It's kind of fun. My throat is dry. I didn't bring the water. So if I start coughing randomly, it is what it is. So that American Airlines flight is actually going to be waiting for one of its gates to open, I think. Unless they're giving priority to another flight, probably giving priority to another flight. And we have a Southwest Airlines that's lined up at the end of the runway. It's Southwest 1394 headed to San Diego. It's a Boeing 737-700 series. I gotta clear my throat off the microphone in a second. Now Safeway Pharmacy just sent me a text. Shut up, Safeway Pharmacy. Remember, next Saturday we are going to be having our meetup here in the valley. So come meet some of the local plane spotters and come get some food. It's going to be from 3 to 5 on 40th Street University. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Some close-up action of the Southwest flight. Pretty neat seeing them like line up very quickly. Okay, let's go take a look at our departure gates. All right, I gotta clear my throat. Give me a second. Much better. I like cotton mouth. I don't know if you guys have ever had cotton mouth where it's like it just feels like it's dry. Okay, we have another Southwest. Probably going to be a Southwest departure this morning. This one is headed to Las Vegas. Flight 3360, followed by a 737 is going to be headed to Omaha. After his plane takes off, I'll point to the ground crew for like 3 minutes. I gotta take a phone call. Alright friends, 1 second. I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back. Remember to take important phone calls. Whew. So, Frontier Airlines, I know I talked about it yesterday, but I was looking at the research on the all-you-can-fly pass. It looks pretty interesting. I guess it's like 500 bucks for like the first year, but then you have to pay like $1,000 afterwards. So it looks like our next flight is American Airlines 1452 headed to Austin. Nice departure for our Austin bound flight. And then our next departure is another American Airlines. Looks like it's another 737. Let's see where this bad boy is headed to. I feel so unauthentic telling you guys, oh, this flight is going here, this flight is going here. It's like, dude, just enjoy the planes. So this one's going to be going to Indianapolis. I think we typically get some planes coming in, then we're going to get some SkyWest planes coming in here. What is this? We have a Delta Airlines 767-300 series coming in from Atlanta. So this is the thing, like during the winter, the Delta planes typically end up becoming wide bodies. Delta will usually fly in their 767s, A330s, so it kind of makes Sky Harbor a little fun, to be honest. And it's always awesome seeing it. Hi, Kyle. So we are waiting for this flight to move. Headed to Indianapolis, home of Tony Jones, one of her followers. I think they're waiting for this slow Cessna that just took off. We had a Cessna 172 or something smaller just take off, so he has to get out of the pattern. And once he does, then I believe they're going to be on a roll and taking off. Alright, here we go. He is on a roll. And over there we have our Allegiant Airlines, our Delta gates. I think Delta ran out of gate space here at Phoenix. They used to be based out of Terminal 2, but Terminal 2 was demolished. I do have a 360 video, like a VR 360 video I can post where you guys can walk through it. Try and find it and put it together. So that way you guys can kind of walk through and see what Terminal 2 used to look like. You'll see my ugly face holding a camera, but hey, that's what happens. Whew. I almost ended the stream by accident because I am not a very bright person at times. Okay, let's go take a look at a landing. Looks like a little Embraer coming in. These Embraers are really cool planes. Alrighty, perfect landing by the Embraer. So it is kind of slowing down for the departures this morning. I'm going to double check the flight radar, figure out what our next line is. We have an A321 headed to Atlanta. This is the plane that is rolling. Great departure. The sun is now bright and it's like hitting my eyes just correctly, and kind of annoying, to be honest. Looks like we have a little business jet. Not sure what that is down there. Let's take a look. It's a little Citation that's gonna be rolling. So welcome everybody, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. We're doing some Sunday plane spotting, some extra plane spotting for you guys. I gotta remember to plug in my computer in a minute. Okay, the Cessna is rolling. I'm not sure where the 767 Delta is going to come in. I have enough room where I can actually get the other runway, so I'm hoping that's the case. Our next plane is a 737-800 series headed to Detroit, and I'm pretty sure the 767 is going to be landing on the north. Let's see, can I catch the landing on the other side? There's going to be a plane popping out. Yep, here comes a Spirit Airlines flight. The banana plane. And let's go back to our regular runway. So yeah, I think we'll be able to catch him if he does come on that side. I'm pretty sure that is where they're going to be arriving, because yep, looks like he is going to be next in line to arrive. So let's go take a look at our Southwest Airlines flight 1231 coming in from Seattle. That is the next flight that's landing on the north runway. And our next flight that's going to be coming in on this runway is going to be a Delta 767. Look at that Air Canada. It looks like something's going on with its rudder. Oh no, it's just, I didn't realize it was like that small. Maybe it's like an illusion. And here we have our Boeing 767. It's a 767-300 series. It's Delta Flight 1065. This plane is 25 years old. So let's go take a look. Dang, they're honking at each other down there. She's about to peek right through there. There we go. So here comes our Boeing 767 coming from Atlanta. Delta usually sends some of their wide bodies here, like we'll get the 757s, 767s, and A330s. And look at that, we have a special plane coming in. Sorry. It's the Global X. I believe he's going to Canada. So look, it's going to add some color to our mix. So upcoming, that's the charter plane, Global X. It's an Airbus A320, probably taking a hockey team somewhere. Howdy Todd, how are you, my friend? So yeah, that is the plane. It's a charter to Global X. And now we're gonna have our big 767 that we watched land. He is taxiing over. Oh my God, we have two banana planes. So here comes the 767 we watched land. He's going to be going into frame any minute now. Welcome everybody. If it's your first time on our channel, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. Click the like, guys. It does help the algorithm find us. It does help the channel. I hope I have water in the car. I need water. Looking for the mythical water. Okay, we are back. I found some water. I went to the gym yesterday and I didn't drink all of it. That's a big plane. Yeah, that's what I think too. It's churned because it like looks like half of it was missing. So I think that's why it looked so small. It was like the most random thing ever. Like, let's take a look at it. This is the rudder. Oh wow, landing on this runway. That landing was super smooth. Now he'll brake and then eventually get out on probably the next taxiway and then go to its gates. Hey A-Bomb, how are you, buddy? That is a Boeing 737 MAX. You can actually tell, like, looking at the size of those engines. See how big the engines are compared to the other 737s? And we have the Spirit Airlines going to its location. And we have our Global X flight that is departing right now. Let's go take a look at it. Getting a bit of color here in the valley. I'm pretty sure this thing is going to Winnipeg, because something probably happened to the Winnipeg Jets plane yesterday. We saw it departing, so let's take a look. I am 100% sure it's going to Winnipeg. Watch, I'm going to be terribly wrong. It's probably going to go to like El Paso or somewhere. No, it's actually headed to Toronto. Well, I was terribly wrong. Toronto, Winnipeg, same thing, right? Am I right? But you can kind of take a look at our low-cost carrier section, with the exception of Delta. So we have two Spirits, and then we have Allegiant Airlines, all next to each other. Pretty neat seeing it. I need more water. And coming up next is an iAero 737-400 coming from Austin. So let's take a look at it. It's a 737-400 series operated by iAero Airlines. It's another charter company. I believe they used to be Swift Air. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't set my fantasy football lineup. Oh well, I got another loss coming my way. So that's the 737-400. Look how small the engines are compared to the 747-8 that just landed, MAX 8. That thing doesn't even have winglets. That's a small boy. I will tell you exactly. That plane is 30 years old, manufactured in June 1992. That makes me feel old. So we are now reaching kind of like the slow part of our morning. So you can see the size difference of the 767 compared to all the other planes. It's pretty crazy. Oh man, drinking water is so freaking good for you. So let's see, do we have any ground-based action? While we wait, let's see if we can catch something going on down there. Looks like our Southwest crew is working to load up some luggage. Tony. I like how everybody just greets Kyle the same way I do. Hi, Kyle. That's how we do it. Hey, TJ Gaming. How are you, buddy? I'm pretty sure one of the Southwest planes is going to be departing soon. So let's go take a look at that Air Canada, the rudder that I'm really confused about. I think it could possibly be turned. Yeah, I think the rudder is turned. What do you guys think? So the Air Canada's rudder seems to be turned because I thought it was like slightly smaller. And over in that area we also have a United Airlines being pushed back. So let's go take a look at that area. Those are United gates over there. I will tell you exactly what plane that is and what flight. That is United 625 that is going to be headed to Denver. It's about half a mile away from us. There's a bee here. Hopefully it doesn't sting me. Man. Oh, I still have time to set my fantasy lineup. Haha. Let's see. I am projected to lose by 15 points. That sucks. So I started off the season 3-0, and I've literally pretty much lost every game since. We'll be good. We'll be good. Okay. Looks like we have a plane ready to depart. That is American Airlines Flight 2870. It's a little baby Airbus A319. Awesome. One of these planes has to push out soon. They've been here for a while. It's not like Southwest. Also, watch this. That is a Southwest pilot that just graduated to American. He's going full freaking speed. So watch, he's going to cover ground very quickly. And you hear that bell, that means the plane is moving. That is an Airbus A321 headed to Tampa that has been Tokyo drifting its way around. And here we have our Southwest plane that's about to push out. They just removed they call them chocks, right? The brake thingies you put underneath the wheels. Hey, Mountain State. Welcome, dude. Mountain State Matt. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. So let's see this pushback. Welcome everybody, welcome to our little community. Remember to be polite to each other. Even Kyle. We have pushback. Takes a lot of teamwork so they don't run the planes into the other plane. That has seemed to have been an issue during the pandemic times. Looks like we have another plane landing on the closer runway, so let's go take a look at that quickly. That looks like California 1, my friends. Or Florida 1. No, it's Florida 1, Southwest Florida 1. Or I could be terribly wrong, I don't even know what I'm looking at. That's Illinois 1. Never mind. I was terribly wrong. I was in a totally different geography. Is it? It has an eagle on it, so it must be Illinois 1. Yep, Illinois 1. Look at that. It has a bald eagle. America. Yeah. Pretty cool. Southwest, in my opinion, has stepped up the livery game. I love all their state liveries. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. And now we're starting to see the action pick up. I know they recently repainted this plane to Illinois 1. Oh my goodness, it's starting to pick up. And we are losing internet because my internet is being stupid. Okay, sorry guys, we kind of had a bit of an outage, so I had to like step aside. But as you can see, business is about to be booming at the airport. And we have a special visitor as well, guys. You'll not believe this. Freedom 1 has officially landed here. So we're going to see Freedom 1. So this is Freedom 1. This is the plane we were talking about. I didn't even notice it was landing today. What do you guys think? Is it a nice livery? Excuse me. Allergies, man. We have this thing called the inversion layer that happens here. It's when people are like burning a bunch of wood and stuff. So all the allergens gets trapped, and I usually deal with terrible allergies. There she is, Freedom 1. Everybody posts this plane on July 4th and puts like a motivational thing like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, shut up. It's beautiful though, I'm not gonna lie. I actually did have this, took a photo of it and I framed it for one of the pilots that was on the flight. It's a really cool freaking livery. So there we go. It is the most American plane you will see. Followed by, we're going to show you... I forgot. I probably need a microphone so you guys can hear me. It keeps dropping from my shirt. And up next we have what looks like Allegiant Airlines is setting up. It's headed to Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, my eyes are itchy now, dang it. even recently started flying to Sky Harbor. They're like a low budget airline. They usually are found at like secondary airports to cut back on costs. And like about a year and a half ago, I think they began service from Sky Harbor. Look at that thing. Dang. It's so freaking beautiful. Maybe we'll be live enough to see it take off. Maybe that'll be our final plane of today. Okay, we have another Airbus popping in to say what's up. So welcome everybody. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. Click the like button. So we have an American Airlines flight 2604 headed to Grand Rapids. It's an Airbus A319. I believe Grand Rapids is in Michigan. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh my God, guys, you will not believe what is coming up. We have a Dreamliner that's about to take off. This is gonna be so freaking dope. Go, go, go. Go, baby bus, go. So this side, I wish we could take off on the north side because this side tends to be backlit. But here we have one of our heavies. I know I said we don't get that many heavies, but when we do, it's something similar to this. We typically get the Dreamliner. Uh-oh, battery's running low. What? Okay, I think I stabilized the internet for a second, but for some weird reason, I did not plug in the thing properly. It happens. We get some internet outages here, so I'm just working on some technical stuff right now. I'm restarting the router, so let's run it through my phone for like a couple of minutes before this restarts. Okay guys, so let's take a look at it. So the Dreamliner is actually going to be headed to Hawaii. So that is what we're waiting for, and hopefully this freaking hotspot restarts, man. It's crazy. Like, I think, well, number one issue that emerged was my computer wasn't charging. I didn't even notice it because I run it out of the trunk of my car. So I got to start setting up my production cart. So that's what happens. I'm a single man operator here. I do the streaming, I do the camera work, I talk, I do the technical difficulties. Other people have help. Me, not so much. I am the help. Okay, this thing is charging. Thank you, Jesus. I just want to see the 787 take off. That's going to be epic. Oh my God, we have two Dreamliners, guys. No way, back to back. So that is our second Dreamliner. So the first one is headed to Hawaii. So let's see this bad boy take off. Look at those wings as they bend or flex. Good stuff. There's our second one. Making sure everything works accordingly, because I forgot to plug in the thing. So welcome everybody, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. It's a pleasure having you guys on. We are trying our best to run this stream without any issues, but we are encountering some really stupid technical issues. So as you can see, a lot of our planes are taxiing out. We have a Frontier Airlines and the Dreamliner is going to be departing. So let's take a look at where this Dreamliner is going to be going. This one is headed to Honolulu. So the first one is headed to Kahului, I can't even say that word, and the other one is headed to Honolulu. So as you can see, the Dreamliner is kind of holding back the traffic. Perfect. Ah, man. So as you can see, kind of a big rush coming up. So prior to the Dreamliner, we're going to have what seems like, excuse me, I'm burpy. There's actually a few planes in front of it. So up next for the departure is going to be an A321 headed to San Jose de Cabo, then an E71 operated by Envoy Airlines headed to San Luis Obispo. So we're going to get two back-to-back Envoy Airlines, followed by our flight to Honolulu. So we're headed to San Jose de Cabo. Perfect. Here's our first Envoy Airlines, courtesy for Recruiter Lady. Great company to work for. Okay. Let's wait for a Dreamliner to come in. That's the one plane I want to see take off. Headed to Kauai. Those Dreamliners, at first I wasn't a big fan of theirs, but then I kind of grew onto them, to be honest. Hey Ryan, what's up buddy? They quickly grow on you, like I think it's just a technical marvel. And I did not see that diversion, I'm sorry dude. But usually when it says diverting, it just means they kind of like added an extra route. I've seen that happen a lot. It's nothing bad is happening to the plane. Okay, we have our Dreamliners on a roll. Man, there's a lot of traffic leaving. our 787 departing for Honolulu. So if the railfan guy is here, or whatever his name is, he says, "Oh, you don't get any Dreamliners, you're using simulator." There you go, bro, it's live. So, you say stupid stuff, I'll call you out. That's very childish of me, but people are... You realize when you read some of the comments on the internet, you realize why they put warning labels on products. Like any sane human will be like, do not eat this. And we're like, why? There's some trash blowing in the wind and I always think it's somebody walking behind me. So our next plane is an A321 headed to Philadelphia. It's American Airlines flight 460, followed by Southwest 1147 that's going to be headed to Los Angeles. Oh, there goes our Philadelphia flight. As I make sure the computer doesn't die. We literally fell down to 3% and I caught it in the nick of time, thank God. And here comes our Southwest Airlines flight that's headed to LAX. So this is actually the plane I'm looking forward to seeing take off, guys. And I think he'll be taking off soon. We have some special liveries here. We have Illinois 1 and we have Freedom 1 that have landed within the past like hour and a half. So that is what we're going to be seeing. Man. Looks like we have another Southwest. One of them just took off and I bet you this guy's already going to be on a roll. So this is Southwest flight 735 headed to Long Beach. So he's already rolling. To me, that looks like a 737-800 series. And we have the ground crew pushing out. Pushing one of the flights. So welcome everybody. Appreciate you being on. They're really talented. I think we have a company here in Goodyear, Arizona that does the plane painting as well. So we have what looks like an American Airlines 737 that's going to be headed to Burbank. So let's go take a look at that. On a roll to Burbank. There we have it. Burbank is a very rough airport to come and land on. Every time I've gone there, it's like the mountains give it a very difficult approach. They always have to slam on the brakes. But it's kind of like cool because you get to walk out onto like the jet bridge and stuff, onto the runway. Cool. I try my best to get you guys good tracking shots. There's people up above me. They're being very, very loud. But if you guys are looking for a fun activity to do, you can't beat plane spotting. It is absolutely a lovely activity to do. Take your kids, take your significant others, get some food. You guys will be golden. You will enjoy it thoroughly. Looks like we have our Delta Connect, probably head to Los Angeles. And to all of you guys just coming on, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. My name is Slaven. I will be your host. Our channel's a bit different. We like to show like a lot of the ground action, but currently we have a big rush, so I'm trying to film as many of them taking off for you. Steep takeoff. Stop taking off. Jesus, I need a break. So we're gonna take a break. We'll let this one go and then we'll get the other one. Deal, guys? We have somebody watching from Barbados. Welcome. How is the weather there? Remember? Slap that like button. It does help us out. And we have what looks like an Alaskan Airlines flight lining up to be the next to depart. The Alaskan Airlines is headed to Everett. I would actually love to go to Everett when they deliver the last Boeing 747. The 747 program is coming to end after almost 40 years, and the last planes are being delivered to Atlas Airlines. So think about it. It used to be like in the 70s and 80s and even the 90s, the 747 was everywhere. So it's kind of crazy to think that it's becoming a rare plane. Like if you had an international airlines, chances are you had a 747. They used to have a saying called, if it's not Boeing, I'm not going. So, but Boeing has kind of had some issues lately. They lost like their company culture, in my opinion. They treated their people bad, and as a result, some of their products have kind of been like, meh. That's what happens when you take culture and put profit over culture and company integrity and company quality. I don't know if that's even a saying in your guys' language. Actually, Payne Field is the headquarters for Boeing. So they actually have a thing called the Future of Flight. It's a really cool exhibit that they have there, and it just shows you some of the innovative technology that is being created by Boeing. I enjoyed it. Some people say it's lame. To me, I thought it was really nice. Let's take a look at our hard-working ground crew for a second. As we have a Frontier Airlines flight lining up for departure. It's Francine the Piping Plover livery. The Piping Plover. What in the heck is that? Like, why do you have such confusing names? Francine the Pipping whatever livery. But yeah, so I guess Frontier has the all-you-can-fly pass they just introduced. I'm curious to see the blackouts for that. I'm getting water while this thing taxis. It's gonna help me. We have Toad from Finland. Hello, my friend. Well, if you think about it, everything has a lifespan. So eventually, a lot of planes are going to be retired. I know we usually see these little CRJs, but a lot of them are going to probably be gone in the next, like, probably 5-10 years, because they're getting there in age, and they're going to be replaced by the latest and greatest. That's just the technology cycle. And aviation is not, how do you say it? Aviation is not in a different mood. I can think of the word in Serbian, but I can't think of it in English. That's bothering me that I missed it. Do you guys hate when your apps randomly send you messages like, hey, you haven't used me in a while? You know what happens when you do that? I will uninstall your app instantly. No questions asked. Your app gets uninstalled if you act like that. What do we have landing on the north side? Let's take a look. It's a Delta Airlines A321 coming from Detroit. So let's go take a look at it as it lands on the north side of the runway. Adds a bit of a city flavor, doesn't it? And our Air Canada has been joined by United. Yep, it's not immune. Thank you. You took the word from my mouth. Because if you think about it, it's all about money. Companies want to make money. That's why it's kind of sad to see that some of the Airbus A380s, fairly new plane, it started flying in 2008, have been scrapped. But I think it's stupid because now a lot of the airlines are going to be dealing with like a heightened demand. So why not have a plane? Why not have a plane that can carry that many people? Like, makes more sense in my opinion. So that's the thing, like, and I'm pretty sure it was either Pan Am or TWA that started a whole craze. So it's like Pan Am or TWA started a whole flying the twin engine planes using ETOPS. So here we have a 737 that's flying to Dallas. It's a Southwest 737. But yeah, I think the 767 was the first one to get the ability to it, so I don't know. Sound like I'm rambling right now. I'm sorry. It happens. We ramble at times. Football is starting. So welcome everybody, click that like button, subscribe, and click the notification. Next Wednesday we're going to do a long show, we're going to attempt to do a 6-hour show, so I don't know how I'm going to succeed. Correction, I will succeed. Never talk negative about yourself. I think Freedom 1 will be moving out very shortly. Well, it's easy to distinguish between Boeing and Airbus. Boeing has kind of like a more like pointed nose, and Airbus looks like a freaking whale. I think they're training. Listen to those engines purr. Daniel, not sure, man. Boeing has totally dropped the ball on the replacement. I think they thought that maybe the MAX 10 could replace it, but if you think about it, the Boeing 737 is actually just like a longer version of a 727, and it's kind of like a very dated design. You would think maybe they would create a different plane that would actually kind of have a sleek look using like new components and make it fuel efficient, but I think the whole MAX fiasco has kind of put a dent in their ability to replace the 757. American Airlines prior to the pandemic retired a lot of theirs, and those pencil boys are actually really, really cool freaking planes. Why not just re-engine them? And some of the pilots I've talked to, they say they were actually a joy to fly. I'm excited to see this take off. That's going to be looking beautiful when it takes off. That is our Freedom 1 livery. The favorite airport, honestly, I would say LAX. LAX, you get a lot of variety of planes, and sometimes you get the most beautiful. If you're at the in and out, you can get them right above you, and you get some beautiful perspectives. It is unparalleled, in my opinion. The worst airport I've ever been to was Philadelphia. They're actually extremely rude, and I'm not going to say any bad words about it, but they were pretty freaking rude. So we're on A321 headed to LAX. When I go to LAX, I like going to the Proud Bird. It's a really cool like event space, and you can drink beers, get some burgers, and there's a museum adjacent to it, and it's right next to one of their runways. It's pretty cool seeing it. Alright, we are golden. And over here we have a Denver Connect flight, or Key Lime Air Fairchild that just came in. It usually flies to Cortez. It's a little town north of here, or New Mexico. I'm not quite sure where Cortez is. And looks like the 767 we filmed landing is about to take off. No, it's not my truck, not the Tacoma. Well, it's crazy if you think about it. So America West Airlines bought out a lot of these planes. So American Airlines literally has an entire random fleet of mutt planes that were ordered by various different parties, various different airlines. Hence why a lot of them are like owned by different companies. Like Delta, a lot of their 757s and 767s I think were owned by Northwest Airlines. So if you think about it, every time an airline has a merger, every time they merge with somebody, you end up getting more and more different planes that join their fleet. I don't know if it makes any sense what I just said. I maybe sound like a total idiot talking. Okay, 767 is going to be pretty majestic seeing takeoff. And looks like we have another CRJ that is lining up. The CRJ is actually headed to Bakersfield, followed by Southwest Airlines that's headed to San Antonio. And then our big 767 is headed to Atlanta. And I'm sure we have another large aircraft coming in. In about 28 minutes, we are going to be having our 777 coming in from London. So we might actually be able to catch the 777 arriving, which I'm pretty excited about. I should have put on some sunscreen because my arm is burning. Yeah, sometimes I say stupid stuff and I feel like I don't catch myself when I ramble. So if I ever ramble, tell me. But America West Airlines was a pretty big airline here in the Valley. We used to have the Phoenix Suns Arena was America West Airline Arena. I believe that is JetBlue Airlines. AKA Spirit Senior, because they finalized the purchase of Spirit Airlines. I could see Spirit living on as kind of like the subsidiary of JetBlue, like for domestic flights, and JetBlue could potentially just turn their planes into like premium business. And it'd be like happy Saturday or Sunday. Wait, yeah, it's Sunday. So we have our flight going to San Antonio right now. I gotta put on a hat. I'm squinting. It's not good for your eyes when you squint. Okay, let me find a hat. My dad will be proud of me. Yeah, that's why I think like, okay, you're gonna buy like a, not to say it, but kind of like a terrible airline in Spirit. So why not bring some of your customer and company culture to Spirit and maybe just turn that into like your domestic route, and then your JetBlue flights could possibly go to like Latin America or Europe. And you could literally just give like a premium service to business travelers, make it more business oriented. But I know what you mean. My one experience with JetBlue wasn't nice. The plane I was in was kind of dirty, and there was vomit on the floor, but other people loved them. I probably shouldn't badmouth Airlines. They're doing their best. But there it is. There's JetBlue, the company we were talking about. Honestly, I'm just wearing a hat because it has a visor, and the visor keeps my eyes good. And I'm not going to wear aviators because a lot of people that wear them are kind of douchey. Okay, the 767 is moving, and so is our Air Canada flight. And we have a little CRJ getting ready to depart. you never know what happens. Anytime they merge, like airlines tend to do very random things. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, because Spirit has a somewhat of a damaged reputation because of just being Spirit. It's just, the main reason is it's cheap, and a lot of people that should not be flying are flying on it. So they kind of tend to be a bit trashy, and a lot of violence on them. So we have a plane going to St. George, followed by a plane going to Oklahoma City, and then Chicago. As you can see, it's getting pretty busy here at the airport again, picking up. But if you are new to the channel, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. Pleasure having you with us. As we wait for the little CRJ to start frickin' moving. I'm pretty sure the Southwest is just gonna frickin' book it out of here, because that's typically what they do. And I believe our final flight that we're gonna film taking off will probably be the Freedom one, because I'm kind of getting hungry. I didn't have breakfast. I always make the mistake of not having breakfast before my streams. That's why on Wednesday I'm going to bring a bunch of snacks, so I can be snacked up. Also guys, I think this is month 3 of our stream, so we started this 3 months ago. I think it was like September 17th. So thank you all for constantly coming back. Like, ooh, look at that. Colorado 1 came in. No, thank you all for coming back and tuning in. Like, it means a difference to me. Like, yes, we do have hiccups. I'm human. Mistakes happen. So, but I feel like I always try and make it different than everybody else. Like, I'm not gonna be constantly freaking trying to sell you stuff like some of the other channels. So, like I say, this is my way of getting away from my work, and it's kind of my passion. There we have the Spirit Airlines pushing. Do me a favor and click that like button. We do also have a little super chat. Your contributions keep the channel going. Todd donated for parking, so I'm very happy. So when you start streaming, you realize how quickly the costs add up. So we have American Airlines 361 headed to Chicago, and then with it, we're gonna see, right after it, we're gonna see a big boy taking off. The Boeing 767 headed to Atlanta. And I think it's kind of funny how some of you guys have started noticing me in Phoenix, and it's kind of cool. You guys come up to me, I'll give you stickers, but remember, next Saturday we're going to have our meetup. We're going to have some food. You guys have all genuinely contributed. Ryan Green has given some money towards it, so I will be buying food, so he assisted with it. Come out, spot some airplanes, come hang out with some good people. I'll buy some pies, I'll buy pizza, I'll buy some burgers. Just bring your camera and your smiling faces. Kid-friendly event. is high up. Whew. And here's our Colorado one next to Freedom one. So we saw Illinois one, Colorado one, and on yesterday's stream we saw New Mexico one. So a lot of special liveries today. So if you're a Phoenix plane spotter, look at that. Dang, he just passed that thing on. It's a baller move. And that is where our Colorado one is going to be going into. Hold on, is that a brand new? No, it isn't. I know some of them have, some of the Spirit planes have the random looking like eye thingy, eye patch thingy. You know what I'm talking about? Like the eye makeup. My hand is getting sunburned. Uh-oh, not good. So remember to click that like button, guys. It does help us out quite a bit. Helps the random algorithms. And then we have our Air Canada Rouge. Small plane landing. So JSX followed by good stuff. So we're going to watch our Air Canada Rogue go through. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate you, dudes. I'll make sure I buy an adult beverage. But no, seriously, next week, Saturday from 3 to 5, come out and join us. I'm inviting you, cordially inviting you. You're going to meet a lot of us. Our last event, we had like 25 people show up, and a lot of people thanked me afterwards. They said it's nice that we're doing this here in Phoenix. That's the main reason I started streaming, is I want to make sure we have a community here in the Valley of the Sun. Los Angeles has a community, everybody has a community. Why can't we? And let's see what's landing on this side. It's another Frontier Airlines. So how many of you are going to buy that $599 pass Frontier is making, where it's unlimited flights? I'm curious to see how that happens, or how that's going to work. And look over here, my friends. The two Spirit Airlines are about to depart, but we have a special airplane. We have our Illinois 1 livery that's about to depart. So that is the brand new Illinois 1. That is partially blocked by the stupid building. And in a very short time, in about 5 minutes, we have American Airlines Flight 195 coming in from London Heathrow. It is a Boeing 777. So pretty neat how they painted this, isn't it? And then we're gonna have two bananas, one after the other. So the JSX plane comes from Burbank. So JSX is kind of like a, almost like I would call them a boutique airline. They used to be cheap, but now they're kind of expensive. And they fly out of smaller airports, primarily operating Embraers. And here we have our Air Canada Rogue, or Rouge. Close your doors, come on. There you go. And up next on our departure looks like banana plane number 1. But first, let's take a look at Illinois 1 as it taxis. So I'm keeping my eye out on the 777 because I'd rather get that than any of these smaller planes. And we have our Spirit Airlines finally lining up to depart. Somebody sent me a message that a bunch of their routes are being cut from Sky Harbor. So this is actually going to Chicago. And the next Spirit is going to be going to Kansas City. And then we have our plane on final. Our Boeing 777 is on final right now. Cool. So let's take a look at this as I'm figuring out what is going on with this stupid internet. Okay, I can see the 777 coming in. He's going to be approaching very soon, so we're going to go take a look at it in a minute. So thank you all. I really appreciate you being here. It's been a fun morning streaming with you guys. Looks like our Freedom 1 is getting ready to be pushed out. So I'm hoping Illinois 1 will take off. So what do you guys want to see? 777 landing, or do you want to see Illinois 1 taking off? Okay, we're getting to 777 because it's a big plane. So now we wait. This pillar is in the way. I wish it was a little bit smaller, but it's an important pillar. American Airlines Flight 195 coming in from London Heathrow. It is operated by a Boeing 777-200 series. Look at that landing gear. That thing is huge. It's a big plane. Okay guys, looks like we do have Freedom 1 is about to taxi out from the looks of it. They're doing a quick inspection before pushing it out. Thank God I brought some old water with me. I was getting a bit thirsty, not gonna lie. It happens, especially when you are out in the desert. And over here we have our little smaller airline, which is Contour Airline. They usually have a flight that goes to Page, Arizona. Operated by an Embraer 135, I believe. So our next airline that's departing, or our next plane, is a Spirit Airlines A320 that's headed to Dallas Fort Worth. It's a pretty short flight. I think it's like what, hour and 5 minutes to Dallas? So do you guys have any plans for this upcoming week? Are you having short work days, or anybody going anywhere exotic for Thanksgiving, spending it with family? go. The beacons have come on. I want to see this plane take off. Maybe after they take off, we call it a show. Well, welcome to Phoenix, my friend. Here we go. Freedom 1 is pushing out. Hardworking men and women down there. Beautiful livery, not gonna lie, really beautiful livery. And Freedom 1 is headed to Sacramento, home to the Sacramento Kings, who have somehow started winning a lot. We're over 500. I think if the playoffs were to start, we would end our cold streak. What do you guys think? Do you like this livery or no? Ooh, I can take a photo of it. Perfect. I got a nice photo of it that I wanted. Yeah, they've been kind of a terrible team the last few years, but they're finally, I think, finally turning around. They got a good coach, Mike Brown. He's going to build a culture. Okay guys, so let's see what we have going on. Alrighty. I think once we get Freedom 1 out of here, we may call it a show, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on for a while, kind of getting hungry. If you guys like the show, share it with your friends. Make sure they subscribe. Make sure they like it. We're trying to build something neat here. We're going to build a community where we can all just enjoy our airplanes and just be good people. And like I always tell you guys, remember to always be polite. Tell your loved ones you love them. You never know when's going to be the last time. And just always be good people. That's all we say. So let's catch this plane taking off, and then I will go enjoy my Sunday with my family. Look at that collection. We have like a chipmunk. So we have what looks like a cow, a seal, chipmunk, JetBlue, Delta, Spirit, and then in the back, Freedom 1. Which one's your favorite? Let me see. Antonio, we actually do have air refueling wing here. They're known as the Copperheads. I think there could be 8 of them. They primarily do like training missions for Luke Air Force Base, which trains our Air Force pilots like F-16s, F-35s, and they're based out of here. It's the Arizona National Guard. I don't know if that answers your question, my friend. Freedom 1 is about to depart. Off to Sacramento it goes. And we do have a WestJet. Maybe the WestJet will be the final plane we get. I can see it taxiing over. You can see how far this camera zooms. It's kind of funny. So let's catch the WestJet. I want to see that plane take off, maybe add some more style to it. Yeah, Spirit has terrible service. And the WestJet plane is headed to Edmonton. So once our flight to Edmonton departs, that's it, guys. Unless I see something fancy. But yeah, these are military planes that you guys were talking about. Those are copperheads. You can see one is over there. That's the difference between Sky Harbor and the other airports. Hey, Allie. You're kind of coming near the end of our stream, but let's see. Maybe we'll stream a little bit more for you. But welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. Very warm day today. We have a little CRJ that is going to be departing to Palm Springs. Very short flight for it. Then we have a JSX coming in from San Diego. So let's watch our plane depart for Palm Springs. We've seen that Airbus so many freaking times, man. Actually, the Airbus is going to be replaced by a 777. Here we go, parallel. Landing and takeoff. That was some good camera work, wasn't it, guys? Okay, here comes our WestJet. Headed to Edmonton. Thanks, Joe. Well, it's funny. I used to actually be really good doing the tripod stuff because that's what I do for a living. I work in media production, and then I stopped doing it for a while, and it's like kind of sucked at it in the beginning, but now I'm kind of getting back to my old grind. It's also hard tracking something going like 170 miles an hour. So, yeah. Okay, let's get our Edmonton flight, and then I'm gonna go get some lunch. And there they are, headed to Edmonton. So as you can see, Colorado One's being loaded with snacks. Let me get a drink of water and I will tell you guys my sign off. little chipmunk thing on the tail. And we have Frontier Airlines Flight 2942 Hazel the Chipmunk livery that's departing for Salt Lake City. And then we have Delta 707 departing for JFK. Those are the two planes that we're looking at right now. That's an Airbus Neo. Yeah, you can take a look on our channel. I have a compilation of some of the big planes that have been coming in. So feel free to take a look at it, Unknown. And that'll actually show you what we have coming in. It gives you like kind of a perspective of the randomness of Sky Harbor. We go from having these 737 and Airbuses to having large planes. So we'll get the occasional 747, A350s. Delta Airlines is supposed to start operating an A350 in December, which is going to be interesting to see. Delta 707 for JFK is already taxiing, and let's see, the Frontier should be moving any second now. It's Hazel the Chipmunk livery. At this rate, he might get cut off by a Southwest Airlines that started taxiing. See you, Nabila. He is not moving. Come on. Hurry up, bro. I can kind of hear his engines powering on. And we have a United Airlines 737 that's getting ready. I think he might be after the United. Maybe they haven't cleared him yet for taxiing. So welcome everybody, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. We're located in Phoenix, Arizona. You're about to see a Southwest Airlines literally catch up So see how fast they are? He's gonna actually probably cut off the freaking United. Do you think it's gonna come near the end of the runway or to the taxiway, or is the Southwest gonna catch up? Ready? So he's gonna be turning into the second taxiway. So this shows you the difference between the taxi speeds of the two companies. So he's about 4 planes ahead, and the Southwest is going to pass him in about maybe like 15 seconds. And our Frontier jet is starting to move. You would think our JFK flight would have already taken off by now, unless something is going to be landing. And there we have Delta 707 that's headed to John Kennedy Airport, John F. Kennedy Airport. And then the Southwest is headed to Oakland. That is cutting off everybody. This flight used to be operated by a 757 for a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get the Frontier and I gotta go. My freaking back is starting to get tense. So we have our Southwest flight headed to Oakland. My back is hurting. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good, guys. This is how I hurt my back like a few months ago. And now for our final plane. I mean, at this time. It is our Frontier Airlines Hazel the Chipmunk livery headed to Salt Lake City. Give me a second so I can sit down. Oh, feels good. So welcome everybody, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. We've kind of been live for almost two and a half hours. This is kind of the end of our show. It was a pleasure being with you guys as we watch some aviation. Make sure to click the like and subscribe. It does help us quite a bit. Good stuff, guys. Looks like now we're getting more random planes coming in. So there's a Volaris. Goes Trujillo. It's a Mexican airline. And at the end of the runway, we have an ABX Air 767. Give me a minute, let me just chill for a minute. There's our United. Sitting down makes me a little bit rested. What is that ugly thing? Check it out. I believe that United is headed to Newark. Headed to Newark, and then we have an ABX Air 767-200 headed to Lakeland. Okay, let's go take a look. So ABX off to Lakeland, probably working for Amazon, so okay, friends, well, thank you all very much for joining in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Click the like, subscribe, and notification for future lives. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. So you guys have a wonderful Sunday and have a wonderful evening or afternoon, whatever it is in your area. Thank you all. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go get a lunch. I'll post a photo of my lunch for you guys. How about that? So it's always a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you. Our next live is going to be on Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving. I'm gonna take the next 2 days off, but Wednesday is gonna be a good one. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of fun. So come hang out with us before your long weekend. And if you guys don't, I wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. Spend it with your loved ones, and I appreciate every one of you guys. See ya.